Howdy y'all, welcome back to another episode of Less is More. We're going to do a little work with our sorting system today. I decided that since we have cleared out most of our basement area down here, you can see that it's pretty much empty. All of the power generation that we had down here has been moved over to our power plant area. Haven't done a lot of work with it just yet, just moving the power over there, put some doors on it. But I want to have the ability to do other things down here, automatically supply certain farms that up till now I've just kind of been manually checking them, and some other things, some auto crafting type stuff. It's a little more difficult to do with thermal expansion, because to do it with thermal expansion, I would actually have to pull directly out of the barrel. So I decided I'm going to go with Bluepower, because I can actually retrieve from the system. So what I've done is I've kind of gone in here and I've replaced all the thermal expansion with these Bluepower pneumatic tubes. Now normally these would be clear, but I use the opaque ones. Even the opaque ones, man, are kind of laggy. So just be prepared for that. Just looking at these things kind of feels laggy to me. I'm going to eventually have to change this part of the system up also, just because it's going to get ugly if something comes in here and it's pulled out and it has nowhere to go in the system. Well, it should be fine. Maybe later. We'll see. I can't even finish my train of thought there. But what we're going to do today is we're going to get something set up to take care of these gold nuggets that I'm getting from my zombie pigman soul shard. So what we have right now is we have the same system as we had before. This is just from the quarry. It's an item teleport pipe. Anything from the quarry comes in there. Now below here is a tesseract that I can set. It's set to sorting. So it comes here. So anything I want to send over here, I can also send through that tesseract instead of a teleport pipe. This is just making smooth stone for me earlier. But it's pulled out, and of course everything's filtered. Anything that needs to be pulverized and go through the furnace goes through here. Anything that just needs to be furnaced goes over here so it doesn't jam up. And we don't have to pull it out. The only thing we have pulling out, I guess I could get rid of that, but you get those poor man tin and poor man iron ores, so I have them sent over here. That's the only two things that really come over here. But then we're going into a Bluepower relay. This is where it starts the Bluepower network. This allows us to kind of connect the Bluepower network to another mod. Like we could do Buildcraft into Bluepower, or in this case, thermal expansion into Bluepower. It's like a pipe connector. Now the nice thing with this one is it does not require a Bluepower timer clicking over here, giving it a redstone signal to fire it off. It's just doing it all on its own. The fewer timers that I can use in the system, the better for me. I'd rather not use them if I don't have to. But eventually we'll have to come up with some sort of redstone signal to activate some of the other things that we want to use. So I am going to go get some stuff together, and then we'll be back down below there. And what we should have is a system that is pulling automatically these golden nuggets down for us, and then crafting them into gold bars or gold ingots, and then setting them back into the system. So let's see what happens. We'll be back in just a second. So it's a little messy, and the pipes are really ugly. I don't know if it's just this texture pack or what. Man, my headphones are driving me nuts today. It's killing my ears. But this is what I was talking about, how it makes it a little bit simpler to pull things out of our system. We don't have to connect directly to the barrel or chest or whatever has the items in it, because it's connected to our pneumatic tube network. Now you can really get crazy with it and make different colored networks using a sorting machine. I actually kind of planned to do that here, but it was a little overkill with just this. So what we're using is just a retriever. What we do here is, you'll notice this power stuff here. This is not implemented yet. In Red Power, if you remember, there was, oh shoot, what was there? Bluetricity, I think was the name of power in Red Power, or was it Red Power? Shoot. But it you put in the item and the amount you want to pull. I could probably pull a stack in there or whatever. But what it's going to do, now realize it's going to take a little bit of time to get here. It's not instant because it's pulling from pretty far over here, and it's got to go through that entire looping thing before it comes all the way down here. And the way I've got it set up just right now is just if I turn this to redstone signal off or on, whatever, it will activate this little timer back here. Now we could probably increase the speed a little bit. I think I've got it at 2, so let's take it down to now let's no, what is it doing? Shoot. Okay. No. What the hell? We wanted 50. Okay. So, good. No. Why is it going all the way down, man? Oh, damn you. I don't even know what it's doing now. All right. So let's just go down to 1 second. So we don't screw things up. So that's going to pulse and that's going to pull. So if we come over here and, oh, nope, there we go. We turn that off. It's now going to start pulling from somewhere on our network, wherever that item is. And it'll eventually end up over here in our auto crafting table sometime today. Like I said, it's got a ways to go and it's slow. The only way to speed it up would be to use mag tubes, and it would still, I wouldn't be able to use them until it got through all that curving through the network. So yeah, the only other way would be to redesign the curves, but yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. And I also went in while I was doing this, and in the config you can turn that ticking sound off. I just didn't restart it, so that's why you're hearing it. Next time around, that shouldn't be going on, because in the config, like I said, you can actually shut it off. Okay, you saw it come in. It's making it now. And then over here, let me turn this off. So this is just so I don't have to use a powered or another timer to pull out, because the Bluepower would use, I think it's called a transposer. Or is it a transposer? It's a transposer. Yeah. Would use a transposer to pull out, and it requires a redstone signal to pulse it out. So I'd have to have another timer like this one over here on a transposer pulling out. Whereas this way I can just use, I've got tons of these servos now from pulling the system apart. So it's just a lot easier. It goes right into this relay, which doesn't require any timer on it. So now we can just say go, and boom, it pulls everything out, and it's now going back upstairs. That's the one part about Red Power, Blue Power that I hate, is the ticking of the timer. I always turn that off. There's always been an option to turn it off, because like I can still hear it, like right here. So you can see if I point it at gold, it should be filling up eventually, because it's got to come back in here. Oh, you know. Shoot, I wonder if it's going to the chest, overflow chest. Because that's going to be the first thing available to it. Yeah, that's where it's going. No bueno. So I don't want... I'm going to have to put a filter on this one to keep stuff out of there, because you can see that's where that's going. I need it to go past here. Okay. So no problem. I just take that into account. It's going to go into the first available inventory, and in this case, it's our overflow chest. What I'm going to end up doing is making another filter, and most of this stuff is really, really cheap. This didn't have a filter. Now let's say filter. You can see this is a Bluepower filter, and it's just the hardest part is this red doped wafer. You can't do a lot of stuff in, like, you can't use the induction furnace or any of that sort of thing. You have to use their alloy furnace, and currently they do not have an electric alloy furnace. Red Power did. It had an electric alloy furnace. I don't know if they're going to add it, or if they may have updated it. I haven't gone and looked or anything, but you need to make these. You have to do all this in an alloy furnace, which is pretty slow. So you have to make these silicon boules, which are just sand and coal, and then you cut that up and you get 16 of the red doped wafers, or 16 of these, and then you cook them up to make the red doped wafers. So they're not very expensive. The alloy furnace is real cheap to make. So what I'm going to put there probably is another filter, and then I'll tell it what can and can't go in here. Is there a blacklist on here? Wow, I'll have to figure that out. I may have to do some sort of workaround, because if there's no blacklist, is there a blacklist? Well, what I could do, wow, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Well, maybe we'll check on that the next time around. But expect to see a little bit more. I just want to kind of show you the direction I want to go. There's some stuff I want to try with this. This is confuddling me right here because I don't want that going into there. So I will have to work on that. Maybe move this around. Maybe attach it over here. That way it won't be the closest anymore. May have to move this whole setup over there. So there's no telling what I'll do. It'll be something. Nope, wait. There we go. That'll stop it. Okay. Alright guys, well, appreciate you coming by. You can see that we're going to be working on this for a while to get this kind of where I want it. I want to be able to pull anything I want out of here to just come down there and flick a lever and have it make Enderium for me, or click a lever and have it come down, have it fill up a tank of, whatever, glowstone, redstone, whatever. So I want to have all that, just flip a switch and have it do it, and not have to run items back and forth for it. So we're going to get all that done eventually. Hopefully I'll have it all figured out by the next time we come back. So I appreciate you coming by. I know this one was a little boring, but Bluepower I think is going to really in the long run benefit us to go over there. Like I said, it's really where thermal expansion got its pipe behavior, I think, because Bluepower, Red Power, their pipes will not go someplace if they won't send an item if it's got no place to go, which is the same way thermal expansion does. If it's got nowhere to go, it doesn't go. It just sits there, even if you got a pump on it or whatever. So I think right now, since it's like I can pipe in here real easy, but getting out, I've got to add another pipe and pull out of this one. I can't just pull it out of the network. Trust me, I've tried. So we're going to do a little bit of work on this in the future. So I appreciate you guys coming. Okay, forget all that crap. Screw Bluepower. I actually had to just walk away from this last night. You can see we're back over to the thermal expansion stuff, and the reason for that is one, the pneumatic tubes are slower than molasses in December. I mean, it is slow. I mean, you can see just how quickly. I mean, that's not very quick, but it's probably double the speed that the pneumatic tubes go when stuff passes through there. We have redstone coming over from our B area, from an energetic B. That's what you saw, that redstone shooting through there. And I tried for hours, literally hours. It got so bad that I actually went into kind of a, not a total cheat mode, but a give myself inventory mode, because I made all this stuff and nothing was working, and I got tired of crafting after a while. So I started just like pulling in some of the blocks, seeing if that would work. Nothing ever worked. I mean, none of this stuff cheated in. This was my idea. Thought it would work after watching some videos, and then I tried some of the other things that I had not made, and none of it works. I mean, it works. Okay, don't get me wrong. It works. It'll do what I want it to do. This will, like, my idea was to have magma crucibles down here, each one giving me fluid on demand, which was cool. I mean, it sort of works. The problem is the only way to get stuff from the tube network was a retriever. I tried just using the manager. It won't pull. So I used a manager with the retriever, because when this one, what the manager does is it says, okay, make sure that there's only 64 of this item in the inventory that it's attached to, which is the magma crucible. Okay, it does that. But the problem is even if I only give this thing a pulse, just a pulse, I just redstone click a button, it would pull over. There's probably 12,000 redstone in the cache up here. So if that, if I literally, if I just click the button, almost 1,100, this would go down to about 6,000. It would pull like 5,000 redstone at just a click of a button. So you can imagine the mess that caused. So 5,000 redstone would come down here. 64 would go in here, and these tubes are so slow that it would just. I added dents, so because the retriever kept retrieving or attempting to retrieve the redstone that was in this tube network, just repeatedly. So it would just sit here, and you can see there's a stuffed items thing here. Yeah, I tried and tried and tried. I mean, I put loops in to make it go back, and it will eventually go back, but it takes forever. It takes, half the redstone out, and then it takes forever for it to get back up there. And even though I had this thing specified for redstone, and I would disconnect this pipe before I would set this all up, it would pull just random crap out of the network up there. So finally, I just said, "Yep, okay, that's it. I'm not gonna mess with this. This is too much of a pain in the ass. I don't want to have to, build a ton of crap just to get this done, because that just doesn't make any sense to me to do that. So we're gonna scratch this and try something different. So you get to see me totally screw up, totally screw up." So yeah, hey, thanks for coming by. See you later. Don't forget to like and share. Love you guys.